All right, it's time for another Deuce is Loose, and Deuce Luke is in the house. He's dressed casual. I'm dressed casual today. And we are up for show number 7. Stick around. The Deuce is Loose. It's our program that teaches everyone, including myself, about autism and how to work with people with autism. And Deuce Luke, right here, he has autism, and he's teaching us a lot, and he's teaching you a lot. That's why he has his own show, The Deuce is Loose. Deuce, show number 7, Big Daddy.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing great today, sir.
All right. You had a good weekend?
Of course, yes. I was busy doing some gaming a little bit and also researching about the games I was doing.
Yeah, you did you were making Jason this weekend.
Of course, yes.
Let's check it out. Let's see what
He
you
is
came up
right
with.
over here. He's getting some food right now from McDonald's. In fact,
Hey, you mentioned McDonald's. Did they get this shake machine
oh,
fixed?
yes, I believe they do. And actually, right now, I think they have like a critic somewhere. If I can find the critic, I can probably. Oh, here he is, right here. This is
I'm gonna
Paul
tell
Adams.
Tony you gave McDonald's a plug. Tony needs to step up, and he can sponsor the Deuces Loose, right?
Yeah, if you want to do, that's fine. I'll be happy to.
All right. Let me see Jason. Give me a close up of Jason.
Okay, let's see. Close up to Jason. There he is.
Dwayne.
He is talking with you guys right now.
Well, okay. You got Jason talking. That's perfect. All right.
Fact,
and who's he talking with? Dwayne.
I want to show you something. It's going to be pretty funny. So here's his formal.
All right.
So,
you did a lot of work on that, dude. You got them all animated. What he's got? Camo?
I knew you would love that.
Oh my! I could see Jason dressed like that.
Yes, I knew you would love that, and I put him as a joke for him. So
we got to send him somewhere to get dressed like that.
Oh yes, for sure. It would be very good if I sat out that black and black.
Yeah, well, black and black is good in the corporate filming world.
Oh yes.
When we film formal events or weddings, we just filmed Mike Barker's daughter's wedding. It was a big swanky wedding. We had to have black tie and black suits.
Really? That's
you can't go dressed with something like that now.
No.
That would be more of a festive kind of thing.
Festive, yes. We all need a little festive in our lives.
Yeah, that's right. You did good. So what else you came up with?
Oh, well, I actually made this. I didn't make it per se. I actually got some inspiration from a person I know. And he made this amazing McDonald's cafe.
See, Tony Herquez, if you're watching, Deuce took care of you.
Yes,
we got to get Tony to Tony get that shake machine fixed on Civic Center Boulevard. I love those vanilla shakes.
Me too. That's me too. And we can see it's our working restaurant. You guys should find these kind of restaurants in Dine Now Game Pack. Okay. Any kind of working restaurant you can make in there. You can make a fully functional restaurant.
There you go.
And right here, there's some mixology, so you can make some nice drinks and milkshakes.
You know Mr. Tony Herquez? You know him?
I don't believe I do.
Yeah, he's a Vanderbilt graduate.
Oh, really?
Like yourself and like myself. He's a good guy.
Good.
So we're giving him a good plug there.
That's good, yeah.
All right.
You might as well help him out.
All right, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
So, autistic people, they have delayed abilities, and if so, can you improve on that issue? Or is that just a perception that they have delayed abilities?
Well, it's actually quite common for people with autism to have delayed abilities, but they can improve on that, like speech or senses. They can improve on that and just work on them for a while or two, and work on that for a long time, and you could probably get perfection. Might even give a job for it.
Got a follow-up question on that. So we're setting up this morning for Sports on the Bayou. You up here getting ready, and I call it wandering sometimes when employees sort of wander and they don't focus in quite well. Autistic people have a tendency to sort of wander every now and then. Is that true?
That is true. Yes,
So,
sir.
so how do you focus in? Do you have specific skills that you've learned to focus in?
That's correct, sir. Let's see. Whenever I'm on a game, I try to focus in on that, and I try to focus very hard and try to be precise on my moves.
Is it hard for you? Like when you were studying at Vanderbilt, you did pretty good. You told me off camera your GPA was pretty good. Obviously, to study, you got to focus.
Yes.
And I remember when I was studying for some hard tests at Vanderbilt or college, I would go sit in a corner and just really focus. So you have to focus in, but you had to learn how to focus, right?
Yes, I really had to learn how to focus. It didn't come in my high school years, unfortunately. But once I got to my adult years, I was very able to focus and just be in the moment.
So that's important because those that have autism or those who have children with autism, you found as you matured, maybe your brain matured a little more,
That's correct.
that you were able to lock in on things.
Correct, sir.
All right. So it came easier to you,
Yes, it did.
but you had to have that initial training to get there.
Of course.
So when Coach Luke and Jay Luke were harping on things, it was all for the better, right?
All for the better, yes. They helped me out through some tough times and easy times, but they made me who I am today.
All right. Cool deal. All right. Let me ask you, organizational wise, some people are very, we talked about this a little bit last week. My assistant, Joni, is super organized.
Yes.
I mean, she almost organizes her organizing. She's that organized. Me, I'm a promoter type, so I'll organize occasionally, but then I go off the beaten path, and then I organize. Then I go off the beaten path because I'm promoting things and doing things. Are you organized?
I am most certainly organized in ways that most people may not understand.
Does it drive you crazy when you're around people that are not organized?
A little bit, yes.
All right. So you had to learn how to deal with people who are not organized.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm sure your mom's very organized.
Yes, she is very organized.
And I'm sure your dad leaves his shoes in the hallway every now and then.
You have a correct perception on that.
Like Miss Sherry, and of course your mom and dad and friends. When you're trying things at first, when you were trying this TV show at first, and I met with you and said, Deuce, we're gonna bring you on TV. We're gonna put the lights on. We're gonna put you in front of a microphone. Were you, or do in general, most autistic people welcome things like that, or you go, oh no, I got to really focus in on this?
Well, yes, we have a tendency to freak out a little bit or
Yeah.
get a little anxiety. But once we get comfortable with something or get accustomed to something, we try to move on from it and try to build our stuff up.
But that's pretty much typical, I would think, with most people. I remember almost 40 years ago when I was thrown into the TV world. I had a degree in it, but when you get out in the working world, and when I was starting the station and having to go and meet with the Dickie Barkers and the executive directors of the hospitals, or the Mr. Hanky Trap Sr., Harold Haydown, and all those people, I was a little nervous. Now it seems like second nature, but it's like anything else. Your first show, you probably felt more nervous than you felt this morning, right?
Yes, I was pretty nervous before I felt like this morning.
Mhm.
I was a bit tired a little bit, but I got some nice energy in me, and I'm ready to get to work.
All that partying you did this weekend, right?
No.
How many lemonades you drank?
Lemonades.
What do you drink?
Powerade, Kool-Aid, and
yeah.
water.
All right. Let me guess the Kool-Aid color. Let's see. You would probably be a blue.
I also do red.
Red?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A little fruit punch and cherry here and there.
Hawaiian punch too?
Oh, I wish I could do that too.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
Yes.
I used to love Hawaiian punch. All right. Let's go back to your computer.
Of course.
Show me something else you did on your computer.
Okay, so So Mr. Jason is actually a computer whiz, and his traits are genius, geek, and adventurous.
All right, you got him as a geek?
Yes, he is
He is a computer geek, isn't he?
a little bit.
And geek's not a bad word.
No.
Best Buy, they call them geeks, right? The
Yes.
Geek Squad or whatever they call
Every geek has a moment in life where they are pretty famous, in fact.
it. Hmm.
Like, there are pretty famous geeks out there in the gaming world, too.
Yeah. All right. So show us something on the computer again. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
home in on something.
Let's see. Friendly. Let's try some small talk.
So you can give them whatever you want once again.
Yes, I can do some actions. I can ask what they like. No.
Now, you know what Jason's hobbies are, right?
Of course.
He knows every restaurant, every sale that they're having. He knows if chicken's on sale. He knows all of that. He retains so much stuff in his brain. Let me ask you from an autistic side, how's your retention skills? You retain a lot?
Of course, I try to retain some things, or sometimes I might get sidetracked, but I don't let that stop me.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. You seem like you jump over the roadblocks.
Yes.
Okay. Emotion wise, let's talk about emotions a little bit, because autistic people or anybody, and you corrected me the first show when I said disability, you said it's a special ability. So let's say anybody with a special ability, most people sort of judge them on face value, but as I got to know you, you have a lot of emotions and you have a lot of things that we would consider commonality amongst most people. Well, talk about your emotions a little bit.
Well, my emotions can be a little highs and lows, but I can make it under control if I focus in and try to control my emotions.
So you have good days and bad days too.
Of course, yes, we all have those days.
What's a good day for Deuce Luke?
Whenever I have a very strong emotion, very happy emotion, fun memories, and I'm just uplift.
So do you normally sense that when you wake up, you go, man, I got a good night's rest last night. I don't have a whole lot to do today. I get to play on my computer and make things. That's a good day?
Yes, I will believe it's a good day when I have a good dream and I can make things all I want. I can play some games.
Yeah.
It will be an amazing, fantastic, and productive day.
What's a bad day for Deuce?
Whenever I'm on my lows, I think that the whole world can be against me. I get like this very dreaded, looming anxiety thing. And it was not fun, honestly. I don't like talking about it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask, but when you get like that, you just, every time you come to work, you're sort of in a good mood. You're ready to go. So working in progress makes you happy.
Of course, I like working on this.
Yeah.
This is what makes me happy.
So when you're focused on a job or a chore, your day's better.
Yes.
All right. That's good to know. All right. So let me ask you some, before I get to the Sims question,
Go ahead.
like voice actors and inspiring people, is that something that autistic people long to do?
They do. Actually, I'm like that too. I've always wanted to be a voice actor for my characters. And one of my dreams is that I want to be a creator for my for my characters and world I made, and want to put that in the TV world. For one day, I'll make that autistic superhero Light Mite. I could make him on the big screen where everyone can see it.
So let's do this next week when we tape. You pick a character on Light Mite, and we're gonna let you do the voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's awesome. Thank you.
yeah. Let's make that happen.
Of course.
All right. And if you want to do a couple of characters, we'll let you come up with your interpretation of what you think they need to sound like.
Okay.
Cool deal?
Cool deal.
All right. All right. Let me ask you some Sims questions, okay?
Go ahead.
What kind of music can you play on the guitar in Sims?
I'm glad I asked that. You could play a blues, rock, some country even. Lots of stuff, really.
Really? You have something loaded up already on that?
No, not right now.
But you can, next week, you can show me the different types
Very possible.
with your characters too.
Of course, I can make it for Mr. Martin for him.
All right.
So
Cool.
you can play some nice blues.
Yeah, I'm not a big bluesy type of guitar
Mm-hmm.
player. I love country. I love old school rock and
That's
roll.
cool.
So I mean, love ballads too.
Ballads.
I love slow ballads. Yeah.
I think I could do country for you if
All right, that's cool.
I can level up for that.
All right. So the Sims, to me, that would, I guess, some things can come across a bit weird, but a bit smart, right?
Yes, sometimes they're like their slogan. In fact, they say they're smart, but they're weird. It's like a funny slogan they use. In fact, it can be weird at times. A little bit, they do weird, random things or things you wouldn't expect, but it actually makes it very fun.
I guess it depends who invented the program. They probably always put a little twist in there
Yes, they did.
to sort of
guy who-
benefit themselves.
The guy who made The Sims really wanted to make it fun, interactive. You want to make it like you can do anything possible.
So how can writing, like a great money maker, be beneficial on The Sims 4?
Well, I can tell you for a fact that it can make like a book of life, which can bring back any sim from the ghost world. Whenever they turn to a ghost, they can just read the book and they become alive again.
All right. So when you're telling jokes and can that also make it a great way for you to have social interaction on here?
Of course, sir. Anyone who knows being funny can be a good thing, and believe me, it's a very good thing.
And me and you laughed this morning because, just to be honest with the audience, like I was joking with you this morning, you're still reading me on when I'm joking and when I'm not. So that's part of autism that takes a little while to adapt to, right?
It does, honestly. That's a very hard thing for autistic people, but it's actually pretty beneficial if you want to be in the joke world.
Because when I started smiling after I said it, you said, "You're joking, huh, sir?"
Yes.
That's right. So communication.
You have to have communication, and including Sims as well.
Yeah. Okay. So what other kind of music can you listen to? You talked about blues, country, rock and roll. Suppose somebody wants to listen to gospel.
Well, they can possibly do that if they can try to find it as a mod or custom content in the Sims 4 any mod packs. And there are other types of music too, like the Batu music from Star Wars, and some Hawaiian music, some summer strut music, even winter music from Christmas. So there's a lot of stuff you can find out.
You know, let's go to YouTubers.
Yes.
Can you become a voice actor? I watch a lot of YouTube
Oh, of course.
every day.
Really?
I'm on YouTube. I watch a lot of HTV stuff on YouTube
Of
too.
course.
So you can sort of watch it, see where it goes, just like Facebook. But can you become a voice actor on YouTube?
Of course, sir. In fact, you could become a voice actor as a simmer on YouTube. You can play Sims 4 and make a story out of it. Like you can make voices for your characters, and you can probably role play a little bit. It's actually pretty fun.
I know a lot of people make a lot of money on YouTube.
They do.
I know locally, I can't remember her first name, but Dr. Philip McAllister's daughter went on YouTube. She did a lot of fashion work and modeling. She is making a lot of money. I talked to Dr. McAllister the other day. She's doing really well. So YouTube, you can make a pretty good paycheck.
That's why I've been trying to tell my mom, but she's a bit old school. So,
Yeah.
but that's what my other dream. I want to become a YouTuber and inspire people.
Your mom's old school?
Yeah,
I think I knew that already.
she's never been a fan of YouTube or any technology for that matter.
Well, you know, I got to be honest. I was old school too when it came to YouTube and Facebook. And I'm sitting down with Mike Barker, a dear friend of mine one day, who owns some car dealerships. This was a few years back. And I was still on just on HTV and on the airwaves. Mike sat down with me and said, "Man, you need to get into the times. You need to start hitting the social media world." And I started putting all HTV stuff. It was a job at first, but once we got it all tuned up, our audience just went out the roof. So not only do we have on the air, 35 of us like to watch TV, mostly the 50 and over like to flip the remote on, but there's a lot of people your age that They do this. They get the phone
And they just scroll.
and they scroll and they want to watch HTV and they watch it right on their phone.
They just tap it in there and just find it, and bada bing, bada boom.
There you go. So they make it happen. All right. So you like to garden?
I'm not a gardener per se, but I actually like the idea of gardening.
You like watching things grow, tomatoes growing on a vine? You like accomplishment.
Yes, that I've accomplished.
So it's not just putting the seed in the dirt. You want to see it grow and come to fruition.
And also prosper, make it seem like it's healthy. You know, in fact, I'm gonna tell you something. I actually did a little bit of gardening at Vanderbilt.
Did you?
It's a life skill I learned, and it was pretty good that I'd like to learn that. Because now I can know how to grow my own potatoes.
Yep. Well, I find, let me say this in closing. You have a lot of charisma. So do different people with different autistic levels have, sure, it's just like regular, what we would consider a common person, and not that you're uncommon, but you said you had a special ability. But do people in the autistic world have different charismatic levels?
Yeah, some of them are nonverbal. Some of them can really talk very much. And whenever they do talk very much, you rather repeat, or or some of them even make it better. They try to raise their skill up.
All right, Deuce, we just finished show number 7. Number 8 is next week, and you're going to get some voice stuff and some characters. And here we go. We're going to close with Deuce.
Yes.
Give us a close.
Boom, boom, bam.
Boom, boom, bam is the close today. The Deuce is loose, and we're going to be back next week with show number 8.
In a world of silence, there's a different kind of language, autism, a unique puzzle that brings its own beautiful picture. Where others see a blank canvas, they see boundless creativity. Each day, they awaken with purpose and determination. Their minds are a vast universe, exploring countless subjects with passion. Deuce Luke said it best when he said,
Autism is not a disability. It's a different ability.
just like a seed becomes a magnificent tree, they too blossom into something extraordinary. Embrace the beauty of their world. Learn more about autism. Visit Understand Autism for more information. That's www.understandautism.org. You can also find help by calling 800-3-AUTISM. That's 1-800-328-8476. Thank you for watching The Deuce is Loose here on HTV10.